It was me, Reggie Bucum,
The podcast is activated, bitch.
All right, but I'm just saying, don't knock it.
Listen, they call me Khatou Muhammad. Of course, you fucking mouth.
That is why I hit potholes.
All right, wait.
I had to think about it for a minute. One of the things that grinds me up.
Script, which ain't script? We just stand there like I'm sorry, like
We live in fucking Philadelphia.
like he lost a football game for the team and shit. Like he fumbled at the four.
You said like Reggie Bucum, like Bucum.
Yeah.
Reggie Bucum.
Yeah.
Welcome. We live. Hey, Pete here with us. He just I got him backstage for a second because we got to introduce his friend.
Oh, we definitely have a special guest for y'all.
I can see in the background looking at each other.
We got a special guest, man. We definitely got a special guest.
Hey, them niggas in the background looking at each other like they're waiting for a paternity test or Maury.
I want to introduce y'all to the original Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on. I had this set up for you, bro. I'm sorry.
What?
Go. I'm sorry. I'll do the intro. I'll do the intro theme right after you go. Go. His name is Nick.
I just want to introduce our community and our people to you know what I mean, the original Fast and the Furious, Dominic Toretto, who, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who that is. You know what I mean? Rest in peace. The fuck the white boy from Fast and the Furious too. You know what I mean?
I
forgot his name.
The original Ghost.
The original Ghost for a whole nother reason.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Our motherfucking guy. If you ever need to get away from the cops and need a getaway driver, call this motherfucker.
The crotch rocket god, I guess you want to call him. Hey, you're an asshole. You are an asshole.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Nick Speed Racer.
That was my dad's favorite show.
Now, doctors, the tables have turned.
Oh man, I had that set up so well.
That's hilarious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This motherfucker right here. Hold on, my finger. This motherfucker right there, dog. Jesus Christ. Let me turn this light off.
Yo, they gave you a straight up intro.
Yeah.
Oh, he got the red carpet treatment.
He definitely did. But Mont took time out of his day to find that fucking clip on YouTube. And,
He sure did.
you know what I mean? He set it up, Mont.
It's all gonna make sense once he tell his story.
Yeah. I want to, first off, welcome everybody to the Reggie Bucum Podcast. It's me, Meech Castro. It's my man Pete down there with our guest Nick. And this, of course, is Mont, the mad scientist behind everything with this podcast, engineering and doing like 12 different jobs.
Hello, Smithers.
That was the creepiest Mr. Burns I've heard in my life.
I just love producing.
Kerbopolis.
Kerbopolis. I just love producing.
But I want to welcome y'all to another episode, man. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. We appreciate all the support we've been getting. Hit that notifications button too, so you can tell when we going live and you don't miss an episode. And shout out to everybody on Facebook watching too, man.
Yes, sir.
What's up with y'all, man? How's everybody doing?
What's going on?
My man Nick.
Yo,
I've been trying to
get you to come on this show, bro.
Yo, exactly, bro. Tell him.
I know.
Mine's been waiting for you. I know you wake up like the butt crack of dawn or some shit.
Yeah, 3:30.
Yeah, so Mont has been waiting for you to come on this podcast, bro.
Make sure nothing fouls out on his getaway track. He got to make sure his oil is off, all that shit.
His getaway track.
He needed to make sure that he was out of the legal realm.
Why do you sound like you in a presentation room? What's going on with your microphone? Yeah, it sounds horrible.
Does it?
Dog, it sounds bad.
It don't sound horrible, but
okay.
Huh?
I said, okay. It sounds bad in my headset, bro. It sounds like you in a hall.
Nick's mic is crisp.
I'm talking about Pete. Fucking food.
No, it sound like you're not even.
He got that Fuquan Ali brand microphone.
I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna have to share this joint, boss.
Right.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all? Yeah, what's up, yo? What's up, yo?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, this is my man right here, the one that bring the weed from.
Don't try. At first, he tried to put on his his Quiet Storm voice. Yeah.
What is it, Donnie Brown? What was the nigga name? We had a Melvin Flint. What was it, Melvin? Oh yeah,
Melvin Lindsay.
Melvin Lindsay. Hello, Melvin.
What up, Benny, man? What up, Tantrum? We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. What's going on?
Hey, Benny, you trying to get on? Just let me know. Send you the link right now. You are a hood correspondent. Like DJ Academics, he called Whack 100 when they gotta like do like hood matters.
Right.
Like, what's the street code? Call Whack 100. So every time we got a street code question, we gonna call Benny.
Yo, so Nikki, where you from, bro?
California.
I'm from California.
Yeah.
Yo, he with it. Of course he is from California. He looks like I ain't gonna lie, bro. You have like the California look. I ain't gonna lie. I was wondering.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I was like, what the fuck you doing in Tennessee? But you look like you got the California look, bro. You look like you from California, man.
I actually get that at work and stuff a lot.
Yeah, like you just look like you the Cali dude. You know what I mean?
They call you Cali.
They call me Cali.
Exactly. That's what I was
multiple different jobs.
I'm like, Phonia. Hey, Phonia.
Nor SoCal.
Phonia.
South. Just like 30 minutes out of LA.
Okay. Word.
You got that like surfer's demeanor, like, yo, dude, like
surfer's demeanor.
I've only surfed like maybe 2-3 times.
No, seriously, like, but you just got like this cool, like the world could be crumbling. You're like, dude, let's just ride. Just like, I don't give a fuck about it.
Just vibe, bro.
Right.
When
Like
I moved to Tennessee, they were like, you talk funny, and I was like, how do I talk? And they were like, surf's up, bro. That was the first thing they fucking said.
Facts. Yo, you know what's gonna be crazy, Pete and Meech? He didn't want to do the podcast, but he's gonna be a fucking natural at it. I guarantee you he's gonna be a fucking natural.
Wait till he start just telling a story. This dude is a master storyteller, bro.
At the end of the day, it's just having
and the stories that he gonna tell, I already confirmed them. You know what I mean? I had to do my TMZ report.
What's some of your glorious moments? Let's fucking get into it. Fuck it.
Glorious. Yeah,
you gotta. Okay, what's your go-to story? You be like, oh, you thought that was cool? Wait till you hear this. Like, what would you go to with that?
All right. Okay. I'm gonna start with when I explained the story, my girl thought I was lying. Like, she was like, no, you playing it up. And my boy came to visit just recently, and she asked him, and he backed it all up because he was there.
He did.
So, all right. So there was 4 of us, and it wasn't on a bike. I drove a GTI, and
that is the Volkswagen 4.2.
Tell people what that is if they don't know.
1.8 turbo.
A little baby car, but that's a good starter car for the race guys.
Exactly. And so I drove up to this stunt road. It's like Malibu Mountains, and we go up to the top of the world. It's this sonar tower, and we used to climb up. You're not supposed to, but we hike up there. It's about a mile hike. Then you climb through the freaking gate, climb up a wall onto this building, climb up this sonar tower like 4 stories. And we brought fireworks and, of course, like a 2-foot bong, and we were smoking on the top of the fucking tower, the Malibu Mountains. You could see everywhere. You could see the whole ocean. You could see LA. You could see like Ventura. You could see everything.
That's dope.
And then we start lighting mortars off the fucking tower. Yeah.
You started lighting mortars off the tower.
Yeah.
Fucking look like day after tomorrow out there. Like,
we were like, wait a second. We were like, we should probably go down. We start getting down, and we go down. It's like 4-story ladder. We get on the building, and there's this pipe hanging out the building, like the roof of the building. And my boy, he just lit a fucking mortar and dropped it into the building that we're standing on top of. And I'm like, what the fuck? And all of us start to jump, and it's just boom, right? So then we start running, and we get down the hill. We got a fucking 2-foot bong and a backpack full of mortars. It's fucking 9:00 at night. There's no other cars.
This gotta be like some federal shit.
Get ready. It gets good.
This nigga just said he had Shaq-size mortars in his bag.
Yeah. We had fucking a
you
backpack
carry
full.
Shaq-size mortars in your fucking bag.
This shit is crazy. All right. I'm invested already.
So we get down to the parking lot, and there's just my car and a Mercedes-Benz, a GL behind me. And I had a for sale sign. And this is the crazy part. I was like, should I walk up and like say, like, are they interested in my car? Because they were pulled right behind me, and there's all these other fucking spots that they didn't have to be there. It was weird.
Right.
And my boys are like, no, let's get out of here. And I'm like, you're right. We lit off fireworks and shit. So we get in the car. We start driving down Stunt Road. As soon as we get in the car and start driving down, the Mercedes-Benz starts following us. And I'm like, what the fuck? So we start dipping because it's a Benz. And I start dipping, and the Benz is right on our ass. And I'm like, my tires are skirting like on those fucking turns.
There's no guardrails. And the only thing from there is
cliffs.
Cliffs, bro. Like couple hundred
fucking
feet down,
and
bro.
People die like every year. People like fly off on their bikes and shit like that.
Oh yeah, nah, they got us in the main screen.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, tell the story.
So I'm fucking dipping down this fucking turn of this fucking canyon. The fucking Benz is on my ass, and I'm like, what the fuck? So all of a sudden I pull over into the gravel because I was like, I'm gonna let them pass. I put my hazards on, and they pull behind us, and they put their hazards on, and I'm like, the fuck? And me and my boys are like, go, get the fuck out of here. And so I dip, I'm shitting rocks all over their fucking Benz. And we take off. And then there's a fucking, like, we take off for like 2 more miles. And I'm like, they're fucking still chasing us. And I didn't know where to go. There's a fucking stop sign, and the road fucking tees off. And I was getting pissed. And my boy, he's pretty big. He's been working out forever. So I was like, hey, I'm getting the fuck out. You better be out behind me. And he was like, fuck no. He's like, just keep going. I was like, dude, I'm getting the fuck out. And I pulled over and I fucking slammed it in park. I kicked my fucking door open. I start walking back towards the Benz, and the Benz puts down their window, and they're like, get back in your fucking car. And I was like, why the fuck are you following me? And all of a sudden a Mazda 6 slides behind the Benz like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? And full SWAT uniform, Malibu PD. Turn around, put your hands up. Shit. And then they jump out of the Mercedes-Benz, Malibu PD. There's fully armed, fucking guns drawn and everything. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, I didn't know what to do. I turned around and I saw my boy just getting out of the car too. Both of us, hands on our head. Fucking, it was fucked.
So you didn't get away with this one.
Oh yeah, it gets better.
Oh whoa, shit!
I was surprised, Batman.
So these motherfuckers, they separate me from the rest of the crew.
Benny said I count 87 fucks so far this story.
My bad.
Oh, you good, bro? Keep the fucks going.
So they separate me, and I got 3 cops like spitting in my face, like, why the fuck were you running? Blah, 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 screaming at me. And I was scared for my life. You didn't identify yourself. You were in a Mercedes-Benz. Right. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I pulled over. I put my hazards on. You pulled over, put your hazards on. You didn't fucking identify yourself.
Right.
So squash that. We each had bud on us. So they tried to get us to throw away our bud, but all 4 of us have med cards. So we pulled out our prescription. We're like, no, and no.
Wonderful LA.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful California.
Yeah.
We're just getting those privileges.
They ended up putting all 4 of us into the back of one squad car. And the back of the squad car is like shaped for 2 asses. Mm-hmm. All 4 of us are like in that motherfucker.
With them hard ass plastic seats.
Hard ass plastic, exactly.
Double cheek up.
Yep. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Super Troopers, but I leaned forward and I pretended to lick the fucking glass and was like, the snozberries taste like snozberries. I was like, my boy's like, shut the fuck up, man. I'm like, we're already in the fucking squad car.
Shout out to Super Troopers, man.
What else they gonna do to us? So
we're already arrested, bro.
Yeah, and it gets fucked up actually because it was a white guy officer in the fucking driver's seat and a black female officer in the passenger seat, and he was talking about how all 4 of us are gonna get locked up and how Bubba's gonna visit us later and shit. Straight up,
visit?
Bubba.
Every Bubba. Why is every motherfucker associated to butt fucking named Bubba?
Right? Like I don't understand that.
I'm like, Bubba gonna get you. Like, why is every nigga that like booty named Bubba? Bubba is associated with booty lovers. It's nasty. Don't ever name your son Bubba. I'm out of here.
Yeah. And I mean,
I got
it ends up they.
He like boy booty?
No, man. He 80-something years old.
Exception to the rule, then.
Uncle Bubba like 80-something years old.
Go ahead, Bubba, booty Bubba.
Yeah. So he was telling us all that shit, telling us that they had to pay the other family for what Bubba did to the last dude and this, that, and the other. and all kinds of bullshit. And they told me my car was gonna get towed and all this shit. My car didn't get fucking towed. My car was still sitting there, and we're sitting in the back of the squad car for like an hour. They ended up trying to find what they could get us for. They couldn't get us for the weed. They couldn't get us for hiking where we were. They could try to get us for the fucking fireworks. And there was no law that they could find that said fireworks up in the Malibu mountains. So they put fireworks on the beach. And right away, I'm thinking, we were nowhere near the beach. We can go to court and be like, I swear to God, I didn't step foot on no sand or nothing. You know what I mean? To try to fight that. So we got to get out of the squad car. We got to go back to our car. We got to keep all of our weed, the bong, and all the fucking fireworks. And my boy just got a ticket for getting the fireworks. I drove him to Malibu like 2 weeks later for court, and the cop just ripped up the ticket and said, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. And that was it. We didn't get fucking fined. We didn't get nothing.
Dang.
So all that shit, being chased, sliding my tires, fucking all this other shit. And
so it's like some movie shit, like you was sliding down a mountain, just going.
Fuck yeah.
Making a left turn.
It was, and then I look in my rearview mirror and I saw the bends right behind. I'm like, what the fuck? Every time. Like, holy shit. Yeah.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Straight the fuck up.
Yeah, I never had.
Look at me producing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna OG.
OG Benny, what up, man?
We are grooving on a one, ladies and gentlemen. My man Nick Toretto's in the building. Look at it. Look. Somebody spelled Nick Toretto wrong to the motherfucker.
Right.
That's
nigga from the hood, Toretto.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's how you spell it, Toretto. Yeah.
Let me get this off real fast. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Yeah, how's my new webcam?
This shit look great.
Looks good.
You look like capital OG Benny over there.
It looks right. It looks right. It's clean, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That the ghost is me.
It's clean, yeah.
That person that spelled Toretto was me. I'm out of here.
Hey, Mont.
Oh man.
Yo.
Ask about fastest speed on a bike.
All right, yo. Okay. So how I first initially met this guy, we were talking about I don't know, like getaway shit or speed shit, or we talking about Pete talked about how fast I went in the neon that I had back in
Right.
And then he was like, you did that in the neon, I did this in a bike. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So he did like 200 miles a fucking hour on a bike, which is like
it was 175, and the bike was still going a little bit too. I was like, holy shit. Those like chopped up lines were like straight lines.
No, like all right. So to give people
on an R8,
to give people perspective.
I beat an R8.
No, I'm just saying I got
perspective at home. How tall are you, Nikki?
I'm like 5'5".
5'5" brown.
No man, 5'5". You did how fast on the bike? You said
175.
Yeah, I'm not.
Hey, the fastest riders in the world are even smaller than me.
Yo, but he said that the lines in the highway just turn into one long line.
One strip.
Yo, that's fast as shit.
It's like when they go super speed in space and the fucking stars are just like
how the yellow line looks. That's how the white line looks.
It's like one solid line.
Wow. And the cars are standing still because you're just moving around them.
Yep.
So wait, you had
didn't you say you almost hit a car like
all kinds of times?
It was an accident, right? Y'all came around
the back of a van one time in traffic in LA. I was riding and I split lanes, and the van that was in front of me, when I looked over to move over, they moved over at the same time. So when I looked back forward again, they merged over at the same time, and I went, "Oh shit!" And I grabbed my front brake, and my front tire hit their fucking bumper. I did a stoppie, and I saw my helmet get this like within 6 inches from their back window. I was like, "Oh!" Poof.
All right, that sounds amazing.
Yo,
everybody don't know what a stoppie is. I know what it is, but everybody don't know what a stoppie is.
When you grab your front brake and just
the front,
it's like a reverse wheelie.
The back wheels off the ground.
We used to call, if you used to ride like BMX bike back in the day, we called it endos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Back in the day.
What about Nick? What about running from 5-0 on a bike?
Oh, this is endless.
Yeah,
this is endless.
I started
this nigga got stories, Benny.
I started getting tickets, when I first got my bike, because you can't not speed on a fucking bike. It feels like, and I got the notice that said if you get another fucking ticket, your license is going to be revoked. And I told my boy, I'm like, what the hell? How do you like still got your license? And he's like, don't stop. And I was like, what? And he's like, don't stop. Why do you stop? They can't catch you. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense. And the next time we were riding,
why do I stop?
Yeah. All you got to do.
You think about that when you're on a bike, you be like, he got a point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he does.
Hey, all you got to do is turn your wrist. And I'm going $120, $130 before I even have to shift again. And the cop cars, they don't chase you over 100. So
right.
You get
dirt bike, 4-wheeler 101 here in the city is, you go. There's no stopping. You go. You see him, you go.
Yep.
You go. There's
you keep it moving.
Lights, no lights, you go. You got to get out of there.
Yeah. Well, they'll keep your lights off until they're on your ass.
Bike with no lights. They bang right in the back of your bike, knock you right off that motherfucker here in the city.
Yeah.
Play no games out here.
They'll shoot you.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Shoot you.
Yeah, because in the city, they ride them in the city, like in the city.
Wheeling them and shit through the, I know.
It'd be like them niggas be like 30 deep.
Yeah. We used to do that in LA too.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, OG?
They cut us off down South Street like that.
Yeah.
And
they do that shit. I seen them niggas in Virginia. They be like that in Florida.
No lying, you was bugging being on South Street doing that shit.
On South Street.
They cut us off. We was in the car. These motherfuckers was like, at first we seen 15 of them. They held the street up for the other 75 motherfuckers behind.
Oh shit!
It was like 130 of these niggas. After a while, he was just sitting at the light like this.
That's what you do.
Them niggas, if they're organized, them niggas will be riding and cutting off each intersection all the way up.
But you know when
block it off. I've been in the
lines. Like me, I used to ride, so I'll be like, I'll cut traffic off for them. I'll stop in the middle of the intersection and just cut it off for them.
Right.
You'll see them type of niggas that do that type of shit. You like, yo, you could tell that niggas rise.
Right. Just go up and sit there. That's all you gotta do. Like
in my car, I'm saying, I on the bike. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna block traffic for these guys.
Oh
yeah.
I'm not a motorcycle dude, man. I don't like motorcycles.
I ain't gonna lie.
Dangerous. I seen my old head. Been on a motorcycle once in my whole life. My old head bought a bike, and I was on the back of the motherfucker. We was riding. He's happy he got it and all that. Make a long story short, we went down 30th and Girard. He went to see his people. It like a little bit of spritzy rain came down, so it was wet. It wasn't like real hard rain. It's one of them like little flash rain Jones.
Yeah,
that's the worst kind.
The sun came out. Street dried up. Whatever. We rolled back up the way. Now, mind you, we get back up the way. All the city don't dry at the same time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got up the way, it was still a little damp. He decides to go to the top of Old York Road and Pike and wants to ride from Old York Road and Pike to see if he could just haul ass through Pike Street. Now, mind you, 13th Street is an intersecting block. Yep. Park Avenue is an intersecting block.
Yep.
Yeah.
Park Avenue go two ways. 13th go one way.
Dirty intersection at that.
Right.
Dirty, yeah.
Started up there. It's like 5 of us standing in the middle of Park Avenue Pike. He up there. So we all like, yeah, come on, nigga, come on. He come all the way down the joint, right? I stand, he come by. As soon as he crossed Pike Street, I don't know what happened because the bike just went down on the side, and this nigga looked like a rag doll spinning up the motherfuckers. His body was like spinning like this up the street, bro. When we ran up the street to get to him, and like everybody was like, "Don't touch him" and all that. Yo, when we looked at I looked at the side of his helmet. Yo, that shit looked like somebody was just sitting there all day just shaving that joint down, bro.
Damn,
that would have been his head.
That road rash is a motherfucking.
That would have been his fucking head, bro. After that, I only fuck with motorcycles on video games, bro. You can't pay me to fucking. I don't even give a fuck if you pull up on $1 million motorcycle with gold on it and talk. I don't give a fuck. I'm not touching it. I'm not getting on it. No, that's a very nice bike you have, brother.
Yeah. That's a very nice bike you have, brother.
I kind of exited on the same type of shit. Mikey, Pete.
Benny plays GTA on PC.
Oh, okay.
So he,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I you got some bikes on GTA.
That's what's up.
You heard me?
I stopped finished streaming too.
Oh, yeah.
You heard me?
What happened?
I said I exited on the same type of shit when the bike type of shit would
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
That nigga was flying down G and Wyoming on G Street.
Yeah.
Flying on a YZ85 with a fucking brand new power band in that bitch. He was flying, bro. Fucking old head cutting right off. Boom, he went airborne. Nigga slid right in the car, bro. He wasn't moving. I was like, oh man, this is a bad jump.
That was the only bike accident I ever witnessed.
Did he have a helmet on?
No, man. He checked out. He checked out in the middle of the night. I got the phone call in the middle of the night, and he checked out.
He ain't had no helmet.
Nah, with that day. I had my bike, and he had his bike. He had just got his bike back that day. He was like, "Yo, I want to test this shit out. I got everything upgraded. I want to test it out." I said, "Cool." We put the bikes in the van. I put my Banshee in the van, and he put his bike in the van. We went over to Whitaker. We went riding for a little while and shit. He's like, "I'm gonna ride it back." I said, "No, I'll put it in the van." He said, "No, I'm gonna ride this shit back." He only lived like 3 miles from Whitaker.
Right.
So he rode, got down, went up Whitaker, flying, cool. Went down Wyoming, flying, cool. He made that right turn down G Street. He went down there, flying, boom, ate the stop sign and everything. Open throttle, like wham, like he was no clutching, speed shifting. I heard that shit. He got down to the Anniversary Street or some shit like that. Ansbury Street, some shit like that. And the old head made a left turn. He couldn't do nothing, bro, because he was flying too fast, bro. He couldn't do nothing, but just go head on with the car.
Damn,
that nigga just boom hit the car and went flying. Boom, he hit the street. He slid under the car.
Once he hit the street, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
He slid under the car, it was over because the way he hit the car and the tire under the car, he was all the way under the car. I'm calling the nigga, he wasn't responding. I said, "Let me go call his people." His people live maybe 5 minutes from where it happened at. They ain't believe me because they thought I was joking and shit. Because we all was like jokesters and shit, so nobody really believed me. So they got those phone calls and shit, bro. That shit was crazy. The next week I sold my bike.
I would have too.
I
fuck around and sold my bike that night.
Yeah,
I sold my bike.
Okay, well, I just sold mine a couple months ago.
You needed to sell yours.
Yeah.
Story we just told, bro. All you need to be on is 4 wheels, bro.
Yo, so one day we go.
I don't even trust him on 4.
We going to my brother-in-law house, right? He lived like 5 miles away from my house, but this dude lives like down the block, literally like quick. So he's gonna take his bike. So me, his girl, and my wife get in the car, and we start driving to my brother-in-law house. I'm like, "Yo, damn, Nick, when is Nick gonna meet us over there?" She said, "Trust me, he'll come around." Bro, we get about 1.5 miles from my brother-in-law house. She said, "Here come Nick." And I went to churn my neck, bro. I got my neck this far, and all of a sudden, like, yo. She's like, "Yep, I told you." We get there, this dude got a cup of water in his hand. He's like, "Yo."
Yeah.
So
I said,
listen,
like he been there for a half hour already.
Oh, listen, when you know somebody watching, you kind of like step on the throttle a little more.
Yeah.
Don't lie. Like,
it was the funny part of that is that she said, "Here come Nick."
Yep.
Like she already.
Yeah.
I don't know how she saw him, but we literally mid-conversation, she just went, "Here come Nick." And I said, "Wait, I got my neck like literally like 1.5 inches around my neck, bro," and he was gone.
Nick came down like Alpo.
Yeah, like Alpo with a kilo in his back pocket.
Right. I said, "Yo, how fast was he going?" He said, "Oh, this is 130. I'm like, 130, bro.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, before he passed y'all, he's like, "I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna fuck with their ass. Watch this."
Whoa, that's how that should be on the bike. 130 is nothing on the bike. No. Like when I tell people 150 in the R8, 150 in the R8 is like 80 miles an hour, bro. Yep. No lie.
It feels like that.
Yeah, 130 on the bike probably feel like 50 miles an hour to him, bro. No lie.
It is. That's why
you get immune to that shit. It feels so easy. It's effortless.
That's crazy.
I'm serious, bro. It's effortless,
bro. I get to like 120 in the car, and I'm like, "Yeah, let me slow this, bro."
In the wrong car, bro. You in the wrong car doing 130, bro.
You Harry Belafonte tonight?
Who, me?
Yeah,
the brandy cup out and shit.
Hey, this motherfucker ain't 5 minutes.
Listen, man, I got this. Listen, this some homemade wine. This shit is good than the motherfucker, man.
Swatch it around.
I think this shit is like peach. It has some look. Got nice legs. Got nice legs and
for
everything.
texture. He's swashing for texture.
You see him? He's
Got nice legs.
Wine from the helm of Castro.
It has a pungent, a very
From the house
Greatest
Castro.
white chalices.
The house Castro.
Winner of the what's that shit called?
Yo.
Death
Y'all fucking
by
stupid,
combat. Demetrius Castro.
thou shalt not drink of the dollar of the Five Below cup.
The Five Below cup.
Thou shalt not drink of the Five Below chalice.
The Five Below chalice.
Five Below challenge.
Thou shalt not drink from thy Five Below chalice.
Oh my god.
So wait, all right. So before we get back to, because I need another story from Nick. So before we get back to that shit, let me ask y'all something, man. Do y'all or because it's not out no more, but did y'all believe that R. Kelly album?
What you
Like,
mean
did y'all
believe it?
Like, did you believe it was really? Because I didn't get a chance to listen to it before
Nobody
they took it off the
did,
streaming
really.
sites.
Nobody really did because it wasn't him.
It wasn't him.
He said it wasn't him.
Oh,
on
wow.
the prison call, he was like, "Yo, that wasn't me." Then it was to the point he started singing on the jail call. Did it? Bro, I swear I gotta find it.
Yeah, but listen,
They said that the niggas be calling home, making him sing on the phone, man.
Yeah, he was
judging. Yeah, like the niggas that's in there be calling home, making him sing to their family and shit. So it almost made me think like this nigga in jail getting punked.
No, he paying for protection through his vocals. What the fuck you talking about? My nigga, that's fair trade.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers waking
Well,
him up.
you got to remember, you are.
I met
you
my
are
lady
in
on
jail.
the
Is he in
phone.
Chicago?
8 o'clock in the morning, man.
Yeah,
My lady on the phone. Nigga, get right up.
moving. Hey, moving.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This nigga wake up. You
Yeah,
remind me,
yeah.
my G. I wanna ride.
That nigga's like,
I
I'm just
want
trying to get
to
some sleep.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
Bitches going to the nursing home being CNA. Bitch, I got sang to this morning. My husband called me.
Yeah.
R. Kelly sang to me on the way to work, bitch.
Yo, can you imagine
Real
that?
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Everybody calling home to their lady or their wife, and this nigga is right down the fucking down over there, and you just like, you know what, man? Yo, come here, man. You don't really call him Kells or none of that.
Hey, yo,
Yo, man,
Come
boy,
here, man.
get the singing nigga for me. Come here, man.
He ain't even right. He ain't even R.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Get the
Sing
singing
that
nigga.
shit. Number 6 on your first album. Number 6 on your first. Sing that shit for my lady, man. And I've been here 17 years.
Niggas don't even know the song.
Sing
This
that
I
shit.
ain't never going home.
That's the last thing I heard before I got locked up 17 years.
Funny
I
is,
ain't never going
this
home.
how I-
Niggas
this-
sing this shit.
This how I see it. So a nigga named Martin, right? Today his lady birthday, right? So he's like walking the tier. He gets to like R. Kelly cell. He taps on the bar like, "Yo, Kells, you up?" He's like, "Listen, man, I've been in here for 14 years. I haven't got my wife shit in all these years. You think you can sing happy birthday to my wife?" I got you, man. I got you, right? At lunchtime, he's like, "All right, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. I give you for like 4 noodles, right? So cool."
I give you
While Benny's talking, this is all playing in my mind. So he gives him the 4 noodles, right? So R. Kelly comes downstairs while he on the phone. So the girl's driving, a Mercedes on her way to like Pilates class and shit. And then her phone rings. They're like, "You have a collect call from Clinton's correctional facility."
You have a collect call from Clyde. Correctional facility.
He said that shit said Clyde.
So she listen. Press 1, right? She pressed 1, right? Beep. And she gonna be like, "Hey, this is R. Kelly. You may know me as Kells, the Pied Piper. This is from Mark. Who wants to wish you a happy birthday."
The Pied Piper.
Yo, what's wrong with you?
The Pied Piper, yo.
And then nigga just break out his song, like he just hit his craziest fucking notes ever. Yo. That's how I see it in my mind. Like, nigga got like 2 packs of like chicken and 3 packs of beef and shit. Like, it's just well off for like 2 days, yo.
Yo, the nigga named Clyde, I'm done. That shit, like you ever collect call from Clyde.
He's like, nah, I'm good.
The crazy part is the nigga named Martin, but R. Kelly's calling him, but he called him from a nigga another nigga's number named Clyde. Like,
oh shit!
He stole another nigga's phone time and shit.
Hey yo,
my wife's birthday, I'd be like 2 fucking nutty buddies.
Come on,
2 nutty buddies.
He using another nigga code and shit.
Yeah, exactly. We got it. See, that's why
using his phone time and shit.
Right,
traded Clyde two packs of cigarettes and shit.
Happy birthday!
Like 10 minutes, he gotta sing like a hook. He gotta sing a hook.
I'm about to freak it for you right now. He's like, "Happy birthday from Martin."
Yeah.
From Martin.
Happy birthday from Down. Nigga named Down. Montavious.
Oh shit.
Nigga named
Montavious.
Happy birthday from Montavious.
Yo, working in the school system, bro, you hear the craziest name.
I was about to ask you, give me the craziest name you heard in that school when you think of it. We're gonna continue the conversation, but when you think of the name, just blurt that shit out. Because I guarantee you, I got one that'll kill the craziest.
No, you did tell me one last week that I was like, oh shit. What was it?
Chill.
Mine's is Female Jackson.
Female Jackson.
Yeah, I saw a registration that said Female Jackson.
Yo, and the crazy part is,
I kind of assumed she was a female.
that kind of sells itself, man.
Female Jackson.
Female Jackson.
Your name is so damn literal.
I got one in my school named Quintillis. Somebody looked at their baby and said Quintillis. Or Quintilius. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Quintilius?
So somebody's name was Quentin and somebody's name was
Tilly.
Tillius? Tillius? That's like a slave back in the day named Tillius.
I think it's
Quintilius.
Quintilius Rogers.
That sounds like a long night of pickle and Cavassier.
What is the pickle for?
Huh?
What's the pickle?
Because she was getting a lot of pickle that night.
Pickle and Cavassier is a great.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a kid named Cameron. You spell it K-H-A-E-M and then whatever the rest. But the K is capital K, lowercase k, H. Like
what?
Cameron. And at first I was
that's not Cameron.
I can't say his last name, but at one point I just looked at the thing and I was like, all right, last name, blah, blah. And he's like, that's me. I said, how you say your first name? Like Cameron. I was like, what? Cameron, like Cameron, like Cameron.
Like Cameron? But Cameron?
Like, no, Cameron. I know I spell it weird. I said, yeah.
Your mom spell it weird, Cameron.
I just want y'all to know that I want y'all after the show tonight. I'm streaming. We're doing the first live episode of Who Sneaks These on YouTube.
Oh man, I'm tuning in.
It's gonna be
hey Benny, I'm dead serious about what I said.
Explain to the people what Who Sneaks These is. What it is.
Oh, sure. Who Sneaks These is a show that we created from the other platform that we be on. A shout out to my man Chubb Montega. It's a show we came up with because a lot of people come outside and they don't care about themselves, and you can tell by their appearance they don't care about themselves, and nobody loves them. So the way that they dress and the sneakers, we usually get the sneakers, but what we do is we get the whole person. So on the show, we'll give you the shoe. We'll show you the shoe, and people go, they talk their stuff about the shoe and all that, and then we give you the whole body of who it is.
Oh, you reveal who it is.
We reveal who it is.
That's dope.
It's a new TV show. It's a new show called Who Sneaks These.
I can't wait for that's gonna be funny as shit.
We're ready to go too. We're giving out the Bad Boot Awards next week too.
The Bad Boot Award.
Yeah.
The link to look at the hoodies and all that? Is it in your bio on Instagram?
Official gas station, yeah.
Is it the link is in the bio?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. That's great. The boot award, the bad boot award.
Bad boot awards. Awards that goes to the person with the most fucked up boot, and award goes to the person who sent the picture in. So it's 2 awards being given.
That's gonna be on YouTube tonight,
yo.
Yes, sir. We will be there.
The award for who sent the bad boot in.
Hey, put the link in the chat.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Gas Gang TV.
All right, I'm gonna put the link for that in the bio and the description and all that good stuff.
I gotta hear another story from my man. My man.
Yeah, I need more another story from Nick.
Movies, man. This guy has movies. Man.
Yo, he's about to be a dad in like a month.
Oh man, that's what's up, bro. Congratulations, bro. It's your first one?
Congrats, bro.
First
one?
That's
your
first
one?
one?
Yeah, it's my first one.
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm glad now. I was like 50% nervous, 50% excited. Now it's like all excited. I'm not even nervous at all. So.
That's natural for first daddies.
Yeah, I'm ready. Like, I'm not ready, but I'm ready for my girl to not be pregnant no more. And be on.
I know what you're having.
She said, "I'm willing to bet it's a bad lace front with them boots."
Well, join us at 9 o'clock, and you might see a bad lace front with the boots.
You're funny, man. That's fucking hilarious.
That's what's up, man. You having your
so
boy?
Far, that's the comment of the night. Lace fronts. That's not even
how long y'all got to go? Was she?
January 5th is the due date.
Oh, guess what? That's my birthday.
Is it really?
Hell yeah, January 5th, niggas.
That's crazy. That's my cousin's birthday, and mine's the 7th.
I pray to. Oh, that's why I like you, bro.
Yeah.
Cappy gang.
Cappy
cool. We only play copy cools in fucking top.
Copy cools.
Copy cools.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you stupid. I need another story, Nick, man. What you got, man?
You got any motocross type stuff? Because I heard you can do like the huge jumps and all that.
I've been riding dirt bikes since I was 3, and hopefully my kid loves dirt bikes because that's what I want to raise him on. But I've ridden track. My next bike that I'm thinking about getting later on is going to be a supermoto. It's a dirt bike that's set up for street bike. That way I don't go too fast, but I can play more and go over curbs and jump around and shit.
Right.
Over curbs.
Yeah. Well, I was jumping curbs with my actual street bike, and that bike was heavy, and the suspension ain't set up for that. So I was jumping railroad tracks with that motherfucker. I was doing all kinds of shit. Yeah, but I grew up riding tracks.
Doing that shit on the point A to point B bike. Yeah. He did that on an all-purpose bike.
You never think about fucking with the X Games shit and all that.
Maybe my kid will. If I had more opportunity. Maybe, what I'm saying?
You know how to jump shit like
but you got the knowledge though, so you can pass down.
That's what's up, yeah.
That's what I want to do. And I got big plans for
you. It might be in your kid, man.
Yeah, I hope so. And I'm gonna teach him how to do everything too. Because I also just bought a truck that I'm gonna give to him when he's 16. He's gonna know how to do the oil, brakes, everything. I'm gonna teach him everything.
Fuck that. Listen, I got the best idea for you. This is how you're gonna get your kid to love dirt bikes. When your wife going to labor, when you go take it to the hospital, make sure you take her on the bike.
I sold the street bike. All I have is the dirt bike, and we ain't got.
I don't care what it is. Just get on the bike.
You know what's crazy? The thing about that shit being like when we say like, "Oh yeah, you did this, your kid might do it." That shit only works sometimes because I loved and played the shit out of basketball. Could nobody tell me I wasn't gonna go to college? Could nobody tell me I wasn't gonna go to the NBA? Basketball was my life. My son ain't touch a motherfucking basketball. You hear me? That nigga, I don't even know if the nigga looked. May he rest in peace. I don't even know if the nigga looked at a motherfucking basketball. My other son, he played football. He got the shit hit out. He was like a little Mike Vick out there, and I'm mad because he got the shit hit out of him one time. His mom shut the whole shit down. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I was done. I was like,
shut the whole
NBA
football operation.
NFL was going. All that shit was out the window for me. It was like you niggas is going. What y'all gonna do now? Be fucking doctors and so I don't know what y'all gonna do now because all this shit is over with now. And fucked it up.
I can't talk too loud, but my oldest guy hitting football. He shit on himself, and that ended his career. So he went to basketball after that. Make sure he ain't coming.
He got.
Well, that's what you call
You got to
getting
get
shit
hit pretty fucking hard. Yeah.
The Seahawks. What was they?
It was Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks. I remember I went to the game. That one game. Yeah. Oh man.
Now he just splashed threes all day.
Oh man, shoot it.
Yeah, I hope my kid loves sports. I played soccer, baseball, football, tennis.
Look, she said she played basketball and ended up with she said I played basketball and ended up with a cheerleader and a football player.
Hey,
for her kids.
I wasted a lot of money on my daughter. We paid for tennis and we went to the Arthur Ashe John, and that was a lot of motherfucking money.
I'm sure.
To sign up for that shit. And then we bought the fucking all the whole get up and the sneakers and the headband and all that cool shit. And we got there 1 week and they did they get the names, kids get to know each other and all that. Well, no tennis going on. It was just kids getting to know each other and all that cool shit, load stuff. Next week, man, we got there. All the kids in the line. Yeah, but some motherfucking grown man just take the ball and bounce it to the kid. All you gotta do is swing and hit that motherfucker. 5 kids went swing and miss. Good job. My motherfucking kid. They dropped the little ball. She looking at these motherfuckers like, I'm not them. I call her mom. I said, this ain't happening. Like this ain't. I'm not gonna keep wasting money coming up here. And she just looking at the ball being bounced at her. Like I said, it wasn't for her. Then she played volleyball.
It wasn't for her.
It wasn't for her.
She played volleyball. That surprised the shit out of me because I'm like, yo, like, where's all the sports stuff coming at? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just surprised me.
Yeah. Kids, I mean, you'll be surprised with kids most of the time, because most of the shit, I ain't gonna lie, most of the shit I was in when I was coming up was because the girl I liked that shit, or she seemed like she was interested in a nigga who was doing that shit. I'm like, oh, you like Hakeem just because he played football? Fuck Hakeem. I'm on the football team now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what, for real. That's what my shit was. Oh, you like Tyler? What? Oh, he played football. I'm on the team with the rest of these white boys, man. I'm about to kill you.
You weren't trying to get your mom out the hood. You was chasing bonds.
Yeah. I was 12. I was 12 years old. So my mom, I want to be on the football. She, you want to play football with them? Like, yeah.
I was a street ball legend. My mama wouldn't let me play like high school ball. She was like, "Fuck that, you gonna fuck up at school." I'm like, I'm great.
That's why I stopped playing.
I'm great. These niggas out here know I'm God. On this football. I get first pick every time I walk on the grass. We talk about, bitch, I'm great.
Mom, yo, I will say your
parents never understand the importance of being the number one pick around the world.
That's why.
Benny. Everybody don't know that feeling.
No, they don't, man.
Everybody don't know that feeling.
When you go to your mom and you be like, I want to play, football for so and so, some organized shit, and they be like, no, because you ain't like Mont said, because my mom was the same way. You ain't playing no football until you get your grades together and all this other shit. You need to start cleaning your room. I be asking you to take the trash out. You don't want to do that shit. You always got an attitude around here. Nah, you ain't playing no fucking football. Like, nigga, do you know who I am in this neighborhood when it comes to pick up football?
Yeah,
right. That's how I felt, girl.
Do you understand when they call here, your house is the first to ring? Right?
Yes.
Before they call anybody else.
This phone on Sunday, this phone is the red phone on Sunday.
Do you understand? Them telling,
phone is red on Sundays. Like that Batman Joe. Like, we gotta call somebody important.
I can show you better not to tell you, mama. Look outside.
Do you understand? Them telling other niggas that I'm playing is the reason them niggas playing. Do you understand that?
Hey, Meech, remember I talked about this other week ago. Benny, that nobody knows that feeling of there you go.
Oh no.
There you go.
Let me tell you, when they're around the corner and then we done hung the court up and all that, and there's 75 people around there, and they done picked who the captains is, and they come get you, and they hold the game up to come get you because somebody picked you. Mm-hmm. That's when they're forced to start the game, and they got this motherfucker in there that shouldn't be in there. Like, yo, you know once you get here, right? You pop up.
That nigga know his role is to get out eventually.
And listen, a nigga score a bucket on you, nigga. As soon as my man come around the corner,
nigga, you know this. He knows this, and he still plays hard out.
Come around the corner.
That nigga be leading the game and scoring. He's still getting the fuck out.
Yeah, you still gotta get out the game.
He the reason y'all winning.
Yeah, he the reason y'all winning.
He gotta go.
You got the juice now.
or they kick somebody else out. Like, yo, hey, Jeff, you gotta go. You're like, what you mean? Like, nah.
Young boy, hey, yo, big shorts. Yeah,
Listen,
go sit down,
it's a silent transition. It's not even you don't have to say anything. Once everybody simultaneously notices the guy that they've been waiting on, everybody notice. Oh, the ball stops. We check it up, man. He only got to tell him to leave. He just
everybody lollygagging and bullshit.
Just walk off. If we tell you from the gate, hey, yo, get in the game until so and so get.
You'll hear. All right, y'all.
Hey, Benny. It'd be like on the other team, it'd be like, oh man, the niggas that don't know be like, oh man, fuck that shit. And the other niggas that be on the same team that know you be like, no, bro, that nigga. That fucking work. Chill out, bro. Don't chill, bro. Right. There's no one's that comfortable. It's like, yo, chill, bro. Like,
chill, bro.
Don't make him mad.
Don't piss him off, bro.
And then you be like, yo, you better tell your mans.
That was me. Bro. That was me all day.
Yo, you better tell your mans. He don't know, but he gonna learn today.
You better tell them all. I come here to donate buckets.
Facts. I was crushing the motherfuckers out there, man, football field. Like, goddamn, where this black motherfucker come from?
Man. Kids, young boys can't even do that shit no more, man. That was the fun days, man.
Black Lightning. Pete know. Black Lightning. Pete know. Man, listen.
Pete know.
Man, one for my mama.
Mont was way stronger than everybody in the group, like in the squad, on the wherever we went.
Bro. Ridiculous. And when I went out on the field, it displayed. When nigga was at home playing pianos and doing all that other shit, I was in the house doing push-ups. I was like, I can't wait till Sunday and Saturday get here. I'm ready.
And we used to play Sundays and Saturday mornings.
Fucking couldn't wait, my nigga.
That was my game. Yo, Matt, think about that. We would play 3 or 4 games on a Saturday and then 2 or 3 more on a Sunday sometimes. In the snow.
Yeah, that was the shit.
In the snow.
You still hitting the push-ups?
Facts.
Okay, good.
4 days. I'm in the gym 4 days a week, man.
I was about to say that's strong arms for a reason.
For a reason.
Nope. That's what's up.
Not looking, but
that's why I wake up at 3:30.
Yeah,
every day. So I get it for at least an hour.
4:30 for me.
I wake up at 3:30 for 2 reasons: to take a piss or to hit the L that I got that ass.
I was about to say, finally somebody speak up for the niggas that.
I'm up 4:30, get to the gym by 5:15, 5:30ish.
Brother, for a brother like myself, that's unnecessary. You know what I mean? For somebody such as myself, that's unnecessary, brother.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to be on that same type of regiment, man.
Hey, brother,
you stay ready.
Man. You're right, man. I'm getting old, man. I be in the crib in the living room shadow boxing with my 5-pound weights. I gotta stay ready in case these little niggas try to play me, man.
Mont's staying ready because he got 2 grown niggas that's growing up in his fucking house. And he trying to make sure.
I got a beautiful daughter. Who are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about Pop and little Cam Newton is growing up in the grown men. And if they ever start smelling themselves, you trying to stay fit.
They both box for a little bit too. I'm gonna fuck them up.
Exactly.
I'm gotta hit them first. I can't let them do that to me.
You like, oh, Pop, you like, God damn it, I missed him.
I'm gonna be mad as shit.
Stay still, nigga.
No, I had an uncle used to tell his kids, he said, if you fight me, he said, if you fight me, you better let me win. I mean, if you whoop his ass, he going to get his guns. Like,
that's what I know.
My pop hit me one time, man, in my motherfucking forehead, man. I don't know what I did. I know it was worth getting punched in the motherfucking forehead. But that nigga hit me in my motherfucking forehead, man. It looked like somebody tucked a softball up under my motherfucking skin.
Yeah.
Like somebody took my skin and put a softball up under that motherfucker and put it back down.
Let me ask you, Benny. You was like 14 at the time?
I think I was like about 12 or 13.
Teenage years, right?
Yeah,
same shit happened to me. My uncle, I was talking shit. He was like, yeah. I was like, man, yeah, whatever, man. Listen, by the time I got to the top steps, he was there. He hit me with 3 combinations in the corner. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, I walked away, went upstairs, like shook it off, but I had a lump in my eye.
Shoot.
I was like, I'm not ready.
I'm not ready.
He hit me with one of the Muhammad Ali playing with the kid Jones. See that?
No.
See that?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, motherfucker. God damn, what's that? Like I didn't even see that motherfucker. Like
Yeah.
Damn.
All I know, the first one, Benny, was a body shot, and I tucked up. I don't know what the other two was. It may have been an uppercut, or
you got more than one. I got.
It was a combination. It definitely was a combination. I remember like 3 or 4 shots. Like, boom, 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 boom.
While we on this topic, right? While we on this topic, because everybody's on here, I know everybody on here had this experience. Give me the worst ass whooping you ever got in your life.
Look at Nick.
The worst. I don't even want to talk about it, bro.
Well,
Damn, this nigga still got PTSD.
Yo, for real.
He said, I don't even want to talk about it, bro.
from fam. Well,
Tantrum said, "You got the juice now."
Yeah.
yeah.
You
got hit with an ironing board, with an ironing cord one time. You know, like
I thought you said the ironing board. I'm like, what you?
No.
WWE?
The cord from the ironing.
Foreign object
from the iron.
All right.
I had like 30 lashes on my back and on my legs, bro.
Slave whooping,
Yo,
bro.
This nigga felt like a slave. Yo,
slave whooping, bro.
Yo, I had welts, bro. Like that shit was artwork on my legs and my back. She fucked me up, bro.
Oh, what you mean you can't?
Well, I got 4 ass whoopings in one day. For the same, my right hand on the Quran. I got 3. It would have been 4, but my grandma got there late. I got 3 ass whoopings in the same day.
She got there late.
Yeah, my grandma got there late. It was for stealing money from my uncle, right? My uncle, he was I grew up in the speakeasy. My uncle, make a long story short, he was in the war and all that. Back to, so they took his legs or whatever. So he used to get money from being in the war, and he had the speakeasy. So, he was cool. My dumb ass used to steal. I was taking I see his wallet stayed full of bread. It's just taking 20s, not knowing the value of the money. I'm in like the 6th grade. I'm just taking 20s every day. So I'm going to school. We had King of Pizza in Germantown and area. I'm buying the whole motherfucking whoever's with me is getting pizza every day. Who are you with me? You're getting pizza. It's 9 of us in that motherfucker. I'm buying 8 boxes. We in that motherfucker. I don't know. So I got caught because I started having all this change from when I was paying for shit. So I would take the change and stash it in places in the crib on some nut shit. Not go back and get the change. This is what I stashed. To spend that, I would take fresh 20s. Oh. So what happened was, when you start putting shit so many places, you start forgetting. I had the money stashed in my grandma and my godmom in her slippers. She used to have slippers all over the place. So I was like, she don't wear these this much. I stashed it in there. She wear these motherfucking slippers, the money in there. She asked my uncle, a lot of money. All this confusion come. My dumb ass make up this lie. I'm young. I make up this stupid ass lie and tell them that my mom I had a racing car set, $70. I bought the brand new in a box and all that. I'm coming from school with this motherfucker on my shoulders, coming in the crib in the middle of the week, you hear me? I bought it off Erie Avenue. I'm walking with this motherfucker book bag on, big ass racing car set. I come in the crib, motherfuckers like, fuck are you doing? Oh man, my man, she bought it for me. So they bought that shit for like 3 hours. He had one too. His mom wasn't going for that shit. We both said the same shit. She brought him around the crib with the racing car. They like, no, I ain't buying no, I ain't buying this neither. So where they getting the money from? Oh man, all hell broke loose, man. Godmom said, you know what? I found money in my slipper the other day. And then man, they started looking around. They was pulling shit from under the couch out the month. It was shit everywhere. So, so they made me go upstairs and all that goofy ass shit. I'm in the room. My motherfucking Uncle Stevie used to be in the basement. He's one of them uncles that just live off the family and be down there smoking weed, he just don't have nothing going in his life. Yeah. But he had the nerve to put his motherfucking hands on me. Bitch, you don't do nothing around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He beat my ass, right? My aunt came down.
This the nigga with no legs?
No, I'm gonna tell you about Uncle John. That's Uncle John.
Oh, right.
That's your cousin that live in the basement.
Yeah, Uncle Stevie beat my ass. My aunt beat my ass, right? And my Uncle John, he got no legs. He had a high ass bed. But he put me to sleep. Hold up. Yeah, he had a high ass bed. His bed. As a young boy, I just used to remember, used to have to go through so much to get the fuck up on that bed. High as shit.
Had no legs.
He had no legs on the high ass. Don't ask me why, bro. But anyway, them y'all just be hanging off the side.
How'd he get up there?
I never saw him get on the bed. I always no bullshit. Anytime I came in the room, bro, he was always like on the bed and his leg, like his little nubs was hanging off. I never saw him like on the bed. So when I came in there, he was sitting down. He made me go on the bed. I stepped on the chair, whatever. I get up on the bed. So he's talking to me about stealing and all this shit, right? For a long ass time, to the point where I'm just like this shit is like, yeah. Next thing I know, man, motherfuckers, he's strong as shit up top, man.
Let me ask you, did you get your ass whipped 2 times already or 1 time by this? Twice already.
Yeah.
He was already
got my ass whipped twice. So I'm thinking that I got my ass whipped twice, and he telling me about stealing. He putting, he capping it up. It's over with. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he talking to me. I'm sitting there, man. After a while, I was like, I hear him. Then that shit like, that nigga grabbed me, man, and like on some like reached over and like pulled me to the side, man, and locked me down
on the bed.
Get out of me, yo.
On the bed,
huh?
On the bed.
Yeah, the nigga grabbed me like grabbed me and pulled me over and beat me, man, with this motherfucking belt. And like I'm laying there like on his legs, man, like on the bed. He had a belt whooping my ass, bro.
All I hear in my head is you in my world now.
Yo, man. I felt like that, yo. And was crazy. Yo. That was the 3rd ass whooping. And my grandma came down every week to clean up and all that shit and run the speakeasy. By the time she got down, it was late. And she didn't feel like it and shit. But I got 3 ass whoopings. I never stole nothing else again the day of my life, bro.
I never got my ass whooped by somebody with no legs.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Uncle John beat the shit out of me.
He was strong.
Yeah,
he'd be wheelchairing all fucking time.
Yeah, that's a workout every day.
Every time you want to go somewhere, it's a workout. Then he got to get in that high ass bed.
Every day is arm day.
Right, every day is arm day.
He had the legs like he had like 2 sets of them jaws. Like he had the tall, like they was like tall legs and shit. Like he had, and he was just strong as shit because he used to go up the steps. He said use his weight to walk up the steps with the legs and shit. So he was just strong as shit up top.
He's strong because he got climbing that bed every day too.
Yeah, the high ass bed.
He got pulled himself up.
Shit. The high ass mattress, man. It was like 2 big ass mattresses, man.
I
never saw him get up on that bed.
I forgot what I did, but my mom was like the greatest actress when she was gonna whoop your ass. It's almost like she wanted to surprise you with an ass whooping. Like seriously, like it would. I guess it would be a game to her. I don't know. I never asked her, but so I forgot what I did, but I remember everything was cool. You know what I mean, we ate dinner. She had cooked a bomb ass dinner. We was grubbing like a mother. Everybody was busting it up. Like it was a real good time, Benny. You know what I mean? Like niggas was laughing. You know what I mean? Everybody eating all that shit. We chilled after dinner. Me and my stepdad was watching the basketball game and shit.
My mom and your mom must be sisters.
I went and got in the shower, and I had one of those tubs that had the legs on the bottom. It just wasn't like, you know what I mean? So you can see under the tub and shit like that. When you had to clean the bathroom, had to sweep under the tub and all that. Right. So I'm in there taking a shower. Everything is cool, right? I'm in the bathroom by myself, alone. I open the shower.
Alone.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. I'm alone.
I opened the shower curtain,
Hello,
right?
Ladies.
And when I opened the shower curtain, like I didn't hear the door open, nothing. Like the temperature in the bathroom didn't change. Because you know how sometimes when you got it hot in there, somebody come and you taking a shower, somebody open the door and you'll feel that gust of cold wind. Yeah, instantly.
I fucking bark at my girl. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. Like you feel that shit instantly. I didn't feel none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I pulled back the shower, turned the shower off, pulled back the curtain. My mom just sitting on the toilet with an extension cord in her hand. I was like, what the fuck?
I told you, my mom and your mama's sisters.
I pulled back the shower, I pulled back the curtain, and I instantly grabbed it back to cover myself. Like, yo, what you doing here? She's like, step out, nigga.
He said, what you doing here?
I was like, what you doing in here? She was like, step out, nigga. And I instantly got weak in my knees. Like I was scared. I think I was like 14, 15 years old. I was scared as shit. So she was like, step out. So I stuck one leg out the joint, out the tub and shit. she's like, yeah, not the other. Come on, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, yo, like, what's up? Like I'm trying to the whole time I'm slowly moving my leg, but I'm trying to, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? Why you acting like this? What type of time are you on? What's on? So she like, yeah, no, step out. I forgot what I did, bro, but I think I got caught selling weed or something. I don't know.
Oh, you thought you was Nino Brown out there, motherfucker.
Listen. I think if it's me selling weed, my stepfather used to bring home bags of marijuana. Like I'm talking about like big ass hefty bags, just loose weed buds in that motherfucker. And he would have like pounds of this shit in the basement. So I'm like, man, I'm grabbing fistfuls and filling up sandwich bags, man. We selling this shit. I'm getting money, all profit. You know what I mean? I'm stealing this shit. I had a good run, like 4 or 5 months.
Money, all profit.
I had a network set up. I had a nigga in the middle school down the street. I had a nigga selling weed in Lincoln High School. Like we was making money. Yeah, shout out to Karan, man. The battle rapper still is his younger brother, a boy named Karan. I had him selling weed in Lincoln High School. I had another nigga in the middle school. I wasn't selling it at my school because I went to a charter school and they had like real security in that motherfucker. And it was like, oh, you know what I mean? It was real proper. I went to school with kids from fucking Ben Salem and the far northeast and shit like that. So I couldn't do it at my school, but I had a whole operation. Had a nigga with a big ass mole on his cheek selling weed for me. I forgot his name. Up Torresdale Avenue, I had a nigga up there selling weed. Like I had a whole little operation. I was the plug out there. Niggas would come to the door and shit. I come out, hey, nigga, don't come to my place where I live, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I started learning that shit. But anyway,
that nigga, her name was Malone.
She so I step out the tub. I'm like trying to crouch down because you know my dick out, all that shit. I'm just butt naked in front of my mom's. So I'm trying to crouch down. I forgot what I did, man. And I swear to God, she swung and hit me with that. I'm soaking wet. She swung and hit me with that fucking extension cord. Nigga, I instantly went back to roots. Nigga, I was, bro. I felt like a fucking slave. And then, you know, growing up, coming to the South, you get beat with switches and shit like that. If you don't know what switches are, you go outside, pick the branch off the tree, and your parents beat the shit out you with it. But besides that,
the worser.
Oh my God. If it's flimsy, my nigga, you might as well just
worse.
They gonna go outside and pick the whole tree up and come beat you with it.
That shit's bad.
I had an aunt used to braid hers. She used to soak them in water and braid them up and then let them harden. Yo,
I remember when I got my ass whooped. I did some shit in school. I remember what it was. Teacher was like, "I'm gonna call your mom." I'm like, "You ain't call my mom. You don't do that shit." So I thought the teacher had forgot to call my mom. Right? I get home, walk in the door. I smell my favorite food cooking, like macaroni, cheese, and baked chicken. I'm like, "Oh man, it sounds good." It's like, "What you cooking, mom?" She's like, macaroni, cheese, chicken. I'm like, "Oh shit." She go upstairs for like 20 minutes. She ran my bath water for me. Put alcohol in that shit. So she was like, "Oh yeah, you finna eat?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "All right, I can bring your bath water for you. Go upstairs and take a bath." Oh man. I go get butt ass nigga, jump in the bath. I'm so good as shit. Now keep in mind the bathroom door had a little flimsy lock on it. It was just like a little pad, and a little flimsy lock would just sit in front of it. So if you could just push it open, like bam, to push it open. This bitch kicked the door open. Boom. I was like, "Oh shit." I slide the curtains over. She standing there and shit. She dig in the closet to pull the fucking stitching cord out. She had the whole crime scene set up already.
Oh shoot!
Listen, she grabbed me out there, pulled the water, alcohol. She grabbed me by my ankle and held me up and whooped my ass with that extension cord. That was the worst ass whoop. And listen, I remember every hit to this day.
What do you remember? What you got your ass whooped for?
I did some shit in school. I was getting smart in school. I was doing some dumb shit in school, talking back like I always do. You know, shit.
Damn, your mom's strong too. She hold you upside down.
Facts.
My mom, how old were you?
That's genetics.
Yeah.
That's some strong shit.
Yeah.
13 and she held you by your ankle, nigga.
Ankle.
Your moms were strong, bro.
You gotta understand. I was wet and the floor was linoleum. I had no traction in my chest. So me trying to like squiggle out, my feet is.
He said I had no traction.
Yeah, nothing. My feet wasn't. My hands wasn't hitting the. It was nothing. She just held my leg in one place, and I'm like squirming around with no traction. Her job was easy.
Those are the worst ass whoopings, bro. I felt like a slave.
I may have been young.
We all did.
Felt like a fucking slave.
We all did, bro.
I didn't get the extension cord, but my dad would walk down the hallway with the belt, snapping it as he's coming.
That's
that
psychological.
Yeah, I was about to say that's fucking with you. That's like the Bear Jew and Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
My mom would just say, my dad would say, "Go get the belt." That was that psychological shit.
My mom gave one a nickname, my nigga. My mom gave one a nickname, yo. She had a belt and it had metal holes down the side of the belt, all the way down the side of the belt, whatever. And she called it Big Daddy. And this motherfucker was thick as shit and had the metal holes so all the air can get through. And it was, bro.
Damn.
Man, one day my mom told me to go get the belt. I was like, not today, God. I tucked that belt all the way under the motherfucking nightstand.
Act like you couldn't find it.
What was that for? She whooped my ass with her hand. That was the worst.
I can't find it.
Worst ass whooping I got. Oh, you can't find it? I know where I put that belt in. I was like, fuck.
They're going to use something else.
Yeah, that was
and then you hide it. Like they just gonna say, oh, okay, no ass whooping belt. All right, no ass whooping. You know what I mean?
Right upside your head.
Fuck out of here.
Right upside your head.
I got 15, 16. She hit me in the head with a stick. Boom. I mean, clear like the stick broke. It meant a U. I saw red. I picked her up and slammed her on the couch. I had to run away.
I picked her up and slammed her on the couch.
Yeah. After that day, she was like, "This motherfucker's strong." She left me alone after that day. She's just like, "This nigga's a man now." I just can't keep belligerently cracking him in the middle of the living room. After that.
You earned some respect that day.
Yeah, no, she like clearly cracked me in the head. Like she took the sword, like swing, and was like, that stick
real
was like,
quick. Real quick, give us a story, Nick, before you get out of here, bro.
Yo, you know what I was thinking about? I'm helping him out because Nick is nervous to be on the pod.
No,
anyway.
he's not. He's
natural, bro. He's chilling.
I'm more comfortable now. I'm more comfortable. Now.
You in the way, Pete.
You think I'm TMZ?
Yo,
get out the way, Pete. You in the
how
way.
is he how is he TMZ? He just does action movie shit on the regular, and no one's recording.
We talking about fighting right now? I got jumped by a Mexican gang. I got cracked so hard my jaw cracked for like 2 years on one side.
What?
Yeah. So they're called the Moore Park Locos, and that's what they call themselves.
Moore Park Locos. All right.
Yeah, Moore Park Crazies, right?
This is in California, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And it was 8th grade, and they asked if I wanted to join them, and I told them that I don't bang, and they told me, well, if you ain't with us, then you're against us. And I took that as like, whatever, you know what I mean? We're in fucking middle school, whatever.
Right.
And I'm on the recess or whatever. We're chilling on the yard. And all of a sudden,
chilling on the yard.
And all of a sudden, this dude Superman punches me. My boy explained because I didn't see it. I'm looking this way. And this dude was running and all of a sudden just jumped with his fist and freaking just, I went horizontal. I went airborne horizontal to the side, just boom. I hit the ground. I got up. There was 6 of them standing right there. And I remember his name was Danny, the guy that hit me. And he puts his chin up like that. And I fucking just crack him real quick. And then all 6 of them jumped me, just kicking. I couldn't even see what the fuck I was looking at. I was just swinging and fucking doing that shit, you know. And
he put his chin up like, "What's up, fucker?"
Exactly. And I would middle school fucking kids, but
that's funny.
Yeah.
I got jumped by a Mexican gang. Like, nigga, that's not.
Yeah.
Who says that?
And then they gave me respect after that because I fought back or whatever. They didn't fuck with me.
They stopped fucking with you.
Yeah, and that one kid, his name was Danny. He's the one kid that got held back. So we all went to high school, and his ass got held back in 8th grade again. I was like, yeah,
bitch. We didn't go to the same school.
If I open my jaw more than halfway, literally, I'd open it like to chew. If I opened more than halfway, this side would pop every time. For like
shit.
2 fucking years. I didn't say nothing to my mom. I didn't tell nobody or nothing. And then finally, it just healed itself. I was like, all right, cool.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Still fuck you,
all
Danny.
right. I could do steak now.
Right. I can do steak now. Fuck you, Danny.
I could do a steak now.
Well, that's what's up, man. But y'all gotta get out of here, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we gotta head out here in a minute.
All right. Well, you know what I mean? We appreciate you, Nikki, coming in, man, and giving us some stories. We want you to come back and be reoccurring, bro. Every so often, you know what I mean? Every few months or whenever you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I will.
Because I know you got a bunch of more stories, and I don't know what type of action movie shit you got that you can't remember, and then you get out of here and be like, oh shit, I should have told him about the time.
Hey, straight up.
About the time I flipped the fucking city bus.
Hey, I rolled my first car. My first car, I rolled it in my hometown. Like in a cul-de-sac, fucking flipped that bitch. And it was a Grand Cherokee. It was an old beat up Grand Cherokee. And I had my boy in the passenger seat. He didn't have a shirt on and the fucking window was down. I had two girls in the back with no seatbelts on. Yeah, I told them to put their seatbelts on. They're like, no, we're good. Because I used to balance on two wheels with my Grand Cherokee. I used to turn left and I would keep it on two wheels and just driving down the road. And I got so comfortable with it. I was off-roading it, jumping that thing, that I would, hit cul-de-sacs and just slide around the cul-de-sacs. Well, my boy said when we pick up the girls, hit it a little harder. And the girls got in the car. I told them to put their seatbelts on. They're like, no, we're good. We're used to it. So I used to do it all the time. So I hit that cul-de-sac a little bit harder. That back end swung out. The tire folded. We went airborne. Then we hit the fucking driver's side right here. I had a sunroof. That fucking glass came down on me and my boy. Just the fucking thing was rolling. And I ended up on the driver's side with my arm on the fucking ground. My arm was on the asphalt with glass everywhere and a puddle of blood and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And my boy climbs out of the passenger window and the girls climb out of the fucking the back passenger window. And me and my boy are trying to push the fucking Keep over to get it the fuck out of here before the cops show up and neighbors come out and they're calling the cops. I'm like, no, we got this shit. We can get this home.
Them niggas
we can get this home.
Them niggas celebrated when he moved to Tennessee.
We can get this home. Oh yeah, right. As soon as he left California, Nick is gone?
But ladies and gentlemen, Nick is gone. Everybody just started
shooting fireworks off and shit.
I got to do some research because my cousin keeps telling me that I got to tell you about my dad. There's a law named after my dad in California.
What the fuck?
Save it.
He's a 2-time felon. He's been shot twice. He's still doing stupid shit. He just headbutted a dude before I left. Like a dude barely fucking put his 2 fingers on me. And
How old is your dad?
He's 54, 55.
Your dad is fucking Charles Bronson.
Yeah. Hey,
who the fuck is your father, dog? What the fuck?
Chiquito Norris.
I got plenty of stories. I'm telling you. You just got to get me started on something. But that motherfucker was headbutting motherfuckers still to this day. And I'm you stupid motherfucker. Like, what the fuck?
This motherfucker is going to be this podcast's Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
I can see that shit. He's going to be the one with the fucking stories, bro. This nigga said his dad headbutted mother. Like, when the last time you heard somebody say, yeah, that nigga headbutted the shit out of this?
Okay. Do you want to hear that story real quick?
First of all, I can't get off the toilet without feeling dizzy. This somebody's dad 72 years old. Headbutt motherfuckers, dog.
Yo, yeah, I want that story.
All right. I'm gonna try to make it short, but give you a little bit of background so you understand. He was the daytime supervisor of construction in downtown LA. I was the graveyard. So I was there. It was like 2:00 in the morning. There was outsourced fucking framers, Texas boys, all 6 foot something Texas boys. I had 3 little 5 foot, they were all shorter than me, Mexican kids with me, or guys with me, right? All of a sudden, the 6 foot guys start claiming that the Mexicans are stealing their shit. And I was with the Mexican guys. I'm like, what the fuck? So they're fucking about to fight. I get in the middle of it. The guy says, who the fuck are you? And he puts his 2 fingers on me. That was what started the whole thing. And I'm like, I'm the fucking construction supervisor. Who the fuck are you? Sign in, motherfucker. Like, we're getting all into it. And they start surrounding us. And they got fucking hammers and all kinds of tools and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I grab the Mexican dudes. I start walking back to the freight elevator. And the whole team of 10 dudes are following us to the freight elevator. And I tried to shut the door. They're trying to fucking open the door. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm shoving motherfuckers and trying to slam this fucking metal door shut to get away from these dudes with fucking hammers and shit on their hips. We go downstairs to security, and I'm like, all right, I got to tell security about this shit because this is getting out of hand. We go to security. I'm telling security. The fucking 10 fucking framer dudes come out of the elevators as soon as we're telling security. They start shit in the lobby. It's fucking, fuck you, fuck you. The Mexican dude's 5 foot. are like, fuck you, puto, you know, like all that shit, you know, and like, chupa mi pito, you know, all this fucking shit. They're saying as much as they can. Security, it was this cool black chick, but she was lesbian. She had braids. And I was like, and she's like, sir, give me your information. And he's like, not giving it to her. I'm like, dude, give her your fucking information. And he's like, her? And he's leaning over her fucking pedestal. And we smoked blunts and shit like that. She was cool as fuck. I smoked with all security. And I was like, what the fuck? Because now he's calling, you know, my homegirl like a dude or whatever. He's like, you a chick? Like, what the fuck? So then he rounds up his dudes and they fucking leave. She asked me to call the cops. I called the cops. We fill out a little report. The next day, I'm coming into work and I don't tell my dad. 2-time felon, fucking, he can't handle that shit. So I don't tell my dad. I come into work. He's letting me know. He's like, all right, tonight so-and-so's coming in, this, that, and the other. Well, the same Mexican dudes, they come into the office and they're like, Fred, they're like, did Nick tell you what happened last night? And I was like, no, like trying to get them to stop. And he's like, what happened last night? And I'm like, nothing, Dad, like nothing. And they're like, no, bro, that it almost went down. We called the cops. This dude put his hands on your kid, like that shit. And I'm like,
shit.
Oh, fuck. I'm like, no. Right away, I see my dad's fucking jaw clench. And he's like, what happened? And I'm like, oh, motherfucker. And I'm like, he didn't do nothing. He just put his fucking, you know, put his 2 fingers on me. You know, he's like, but he touched you? And I was like, well, yeah. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, shit. I knew something was going to go down. And our manager from New York flies in and he's in town visiting. So my dad gets a drink with him because he just got divorced. So they're down in the bar at the bottom of the building.
Man.
Yeah. They're drinking. And my dad, this is my dad's first time meeting that manager, but they're talking about the divorce. My parents are divorced too, obviously. So they're talking about that. The dude walks into the bar. My dad, okay. My manager says, did your dad tell you what happened? And I look at my dad and he's like, he puts his head down and he says, your dad stood up when he saw this dude come into the bar, walk over, grab him by his fucking shirt, headbutted him twice, threw him on the ground, came back to our booth and kept drinking his beer like nothing fucking happened. And I was like, what the fuck? And my dad's looking down because he knows I already, you know, tell him he's a dumbass, this, that, and the other. I have a half brother that's 14 that, you know, my dad's about to be locked up. California's got that 3-strike rule.
Yeah.
So he headbutting a dude in a bar. That's his 3rd strike right there. You know?
If he pressed charges.
Well, guess what? I mean, I don't know what happened, but the next day I saw that dude and he came and apologized to me like 5 fucking times.
Yo, you know how tough you gotta be to headbutt a motherfucker? Like, and then like full on headbutt a motherfucker. So do you know how tough you gotta be to headbutt a motherfucker twice?
Yeah. Well, dude, my dad tells me stories. He used to headbutt motherfuckers with his helmet on.
There's a motherfucking
with
Hollywood
his fucking helmet on. He pulled up to his boy's house and his boy's sister was outside screaming because some dude ran away with her purse. So my dad pulled up on a street bike and right away he has his helmet on. So he just starts running after the fucking dude. And he said the dude must have not think that he was chasing him because the dude stopped running once he got down the block. My dad chased up to him, grabbed him with the helmet on, and he said he kept headbutting him. He didn't count. He kept headbutting him until he felt him go limp. And then he just dropped the dude, grabbed the purse, and went back to the house.
So you're telling me that when them niggas be like at the writers' table, they be like, damn, we need a story. They call your dad for like a straight to movie.
Bro, my dad told me a story that he beat up 7 Mexicans at one time. At one time in the middle.
Before you leave, what is your fascination with Mexicans?
I don't know. I just have
beat up by Mexicans. You joined a different gang and helped beat up other Mexicans. You just telling me now other Mexicans. Yo, what's going on with you? Are you Mexican or not?
No, I'm not. But they like to start shit. Half the population in California is Mexican.
You joined Mexican gang. They helped you out with the last fight.
Nah, I don't bang.
That. You said you had your gang, your Mexican guys.
He worked.
I handle
with
my
them.
shit. My dad tells me
they helped them.
You know,
but that's the construction John, though.
Yeah, he worked.
Yeah,
with
that's
them.
right.
They was Mexican way.
Sound like the Vatos.
Yeah,
the nigga,
they were.
What it was is the Mexicans was like, hey, Holmes, these puto signs are checks, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
This fucking Chicano is fucking
no him, no job, eh?
Yep.
Dude, they were like 3 of them only 5 feet, and they were willing to throw down with 10 6-foot motherfuckers.
We got to
They
back them up.
they got shit to do.
Bro, you gotta think about in boxing, outside of black motherfuckers, Mexicans are the worst niggas to fight in boxing.
Hey, baby, joking.
Yeah,
For a reason.
you beat the fuck out of their face, and they're still standing there. You're like, what the fuck?
Them niggas catch sinks, fucking upholstery, they catch fucking furniture. Them niggas catch everything.
Right.
You punch them niggas with your arsenal, they still walking forward. Make you question your own self. Like, God damn, Mexican real is crazy.
I got one more of my dad that I did not believe, and then I went home. So my dad said he beat up the 7 guys, right?
Quentin, what's up, man? Yeah, what's up? Let me hear a story.
I went home, and my mom was like, or I told my mom, I was like, Dad told me this stupid ass fucking story about how he beat up 7 dudes. My mom's like, oh, he did. I was there. And I was like, what the fuck? Because they're divorced. They don't talk good about each other. They never back each other up. And then I was like caught off guard. And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, Nick, I was back to back with him in the middle of the street. And I was like, what? She said, the dude had a knife and I wasn't going to let him stab your dad. So I kept trying to swat his hand away. And he kept saying, get out of the way, crazy bitch, crazy puta, you know, like, and she kept like, no, she wasn't going to leave my dad's back, you know, open. And she said, all of a sudden she turned around like this to see what was going on behind her. She said it was the closest thing to a fucking cartoon she's ever seen. She said, one punch, boom, dude went flying. Left, boom, went flying, boom, flying. She said all 7 were on the fucking ground, and your dad and I walked away. And I went, what the fuck?
If you know the anatomy of knocking a motherfucker out, when you knock the first 2 niggas out, the other 5 is easy picking. They don't want to fight. They just
their chins just become automatically soft.
And then it's like at that point, they just standing there like with their chin forward. Like
I don't listen
like baby boy.
When I say this, I don't want to know what your dad looks like, right? I don't want to know what he looks like, but I'm letting you know in my mind until the day if I ever meet this man, in my mind, your dad looks like Danny Trejo to me.
Danny Trejo. I don't know who that is.
You know what? It's crazy to me. His dad looked like
his dad from Machete.
His dad looked like his dad looked like Dolph Lundgren in my mind.
If I ever met your pop after what you just told me, and he your size, I'm gonna be mad as a mother.
I don't even want to know what he looks
then
like.
his mom. So it's funny that hearing that story because his mom is like this little Italian chick from Buffalo, New York. She like 4'10".
Oh,
so imagine her swatting some dude with a knife.
What's your dad dimensions? Pause.
He's 5'9". He's like probably like 210. You know?
Yeah, Benny, that's deceitful.
Yeah,
that's deceitful.
Well, I feel like my dad took steroids in like high school or something. He said he was like the second strongest in his high school, and he kept that bigness on him. And even my boys, like after high school, that you know they played with that stuff. They were like, "Your dad was on the juice, and it ran through to you." You know that kind of shit. And I was like, yeah,
the juice is loose.
The juice. Your dad was on the juice, bro. I'm sorry to say.
He still got shoulders and shit. You know, he doesn't have a pec because he got shot and they took it out. But
he got shot
twice. He has got a scar from his neck right here.
I'm not shocked.
Oh, he got shot by an off-duty cop, and his neck was split open on PCH, right on PCH.
Now your dad look like Tupac to me now. Yeah. He's shooting off-duty cops. Your dad looked like Cole.
Oh, he got shot.
He shot me, but you punks didn't finish.
So your pop got one peck?
Yeah, he's got one peck. And then the other one's gone because they took it out when they took the bullet out. And then the other bullet just grazed him. He's got a scar from like right here, and it goes down his neck. It like grazed his neck and went out. So yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Those have been stories with Nikki Lanes. We have to go soon here, guys.
I don't, bro. Where did you come from?
I have to get raps. I'm smokeless in Seattle.
I'm smokeless in Seattle. Well, listen. On that note, man, we appreciate Nikki for coming in, man. We appreciate Pete for bringing the guy in and introducing him to us and the rest of the world, man. We appreciate y'all for
Thank
listening to the Reggie Bucum Podcast. OG Benny, as always, man. We appreciate you tuning in and tapping in with me and Mont, man, and Pete, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm definitely about to tap into Who Sneaks Is These in a half hour.
Yep.
Because I cannot wait to see who sneaks they're gonna have on this.
Yeah,
edition.
I'm about to step off, go get some raps, and get all the sneaks and boots together.
Yeah, I would definitely advise y'all. Was it Gas Gang TV? Gas with 2 A's. Gas Gang TV at 9 p.m. on YouTube, man. Tap into Who Sneaks Is These. My man Mont, for Pete. Like I said, OG Benny and Nikki, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share the YouTube channel, man, and put the notifications on.
One more time. Hot nuts.
Hot nuts.
Hot nuts. Hot nuts.
Yo, you out of pocket.
You bring it back.
Listen, hot nuts. Come on, bro.
Hot nuts.
Yo,
New shit. Hot nuts.
Hot audio for my show, bro. My podcast is called I Don't Give a Fuck. That's the name of my podcast. You doing my audio, bro.
Good.
Listen.
Didn't somebody tell you this was an all-white party? Huh?
Somebody get this jigaboo away from me.
I need you.
We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We'll be back here next Thursday, 7 p.m., same time, same place, man. And we out of here, man.
We out of here.
You need a man with